come around to say hello. One-on-one, I'm so fly. You took a nosedive. Careful when you play on my level. For you, it's so. Hey, hello.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
Dr. Ranganathan, the bill has one provision. It says after spending 30 days, you get a bail from the court. You can be reinstated. Wapas aap shapat le lijiye. So in that case, because the case will continue, Dr. Ranganathan, is that person Dagi or not Dagi?
There are 2 points here very quickly. Point number one, look, not a day goes by when politicians and political parties cutting across ideologies and ruling dispensations demand the resignation of fellow politicians on whom charges of corruption or impropriety have been leveled, but who haven't been proclaimed guilty in a court of law. Is it not a fact that Kejriwal himself demanded Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit's resignation over CWG scam, even though she was never held guilty in a court of law? Is it not a fact that the Congress demanded Chief Minister Kejriwal's resignation over liquor scam, even though he has till now not been proven guilty in a court of law? Not just Kejriwal. Congress demanded resignation of Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel over bridge corruption, of Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan over CMRL case, of Karnataka Chief Minister Yediyurappa over CD corruption allegation. So why are they protesting now if such demands of theirs is consecrated in law by Amit Shah, and that too with riders more protective than what they never even applied? For example, the minister has to be in jail for 30 days. Is it also not a fact that the same Congress demanded resignation of these chief ministers because it claimed, not without reason it has to be said, that they will influence the case if they are sitting in office, coerce witnesses, destroy evidence and try and derail the investigation process. And now these legitimate reasons concerning morality and propriety of investigation are being discarded because you have to oppose Modi. Swati, this is rank hypocrisy. But then I am not surprised. Now very quickly to point number two. This is equally important. A man is innocent until proven guilty. That is the foundation principle upholding our justice system. Only a court can make that determination. The state's duty is to ensure punishment falls solely on the guilty, embodying the Blackstone principle. Constitution provisions, as you know, Articles 14, 38, 39, 21 enshrine the right to a defense, to a core fundamental right. Now, being called an accused seems to be enough to be proclaimed guilty because removal from one's office is also a type of punishment. It is easy to implicate anyone in a false case, and the incompetence, subservience or cowardliness of investigative officers in destroying evidence cannot be a defense to form a law that must always be made on first principles. Did you know charges under the NSA or PSA do not immediately invoke the court? Can be years, in fact 2 years before they do. Under such circumstances, you are actually punishing the person who's not been proclaimed guilty. Look, 31% of our Lok Sabha MPs face serious charges of criminal offences. 32% of our sitting chief ministers face serious criminal charges. Unless Swati, the state sets up tens of separate courts and judicial mechanisms to hear cases that pertain only to politicians and public servants, unless these cases are admitted, heard and disposed within 6 months, we cannot hope for a better future. Till that time, 10 seconds, we must leave it to the morality of the politician or the political party.
But I just cited the hypocrisy, how morality takes a complete U-turn when it is about themselves.